The first fight of the night is Said Nurmagomedov and Mark Striegl. Mark Striegl has some amazing submissions with some sneaky takedowns. His film was so much fun to watch. This is actually his second chance at a debut in the UFC. His first chance was canceled due to a positive COVID test. He's coming in at a plus 300 as an underdog, which seems like a little bit much. Nurmagomedov hasn't fought in 9 months, and his fights previous to that weren't really impressive. I haven't seen Nurmagomedov do anything in his film to justify coming in as a more than 4-1 favorite, but this fight kind of seems like it could go either way. Nurmagomedov adopts his opponent's style, while Striegl is an amazing grappler. While I don't completely agree with the odds, I do agree that Nurmagomedov is going to take this fight because he's a little more versatile, and Striegler's going to try and keep the fight on the ground. The next fight is ANTIGULOV versus MAXIM GRISHIN. This was an interesting fight to predict. Neither fighter's that impressive, but there are some factors to take into account. ANTIGULOV at 206 pounds has a 70-inch reach and has an average fight time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds. ANTIGULOV is coming in at 206 pounds with a 70-inch reach. He has an average fight time of 2 minutes and 3 seconds, meaning he either finishes or is finished in the first round. And in his last 3 fights, he was finished. GRISHIN is coming in a little overweight at 226 pounds. He has a slight reach advantage, but he's going to be coming with a lot of heavy leg kicks and distance striking. GRISHIN is coming into this fight as a minus 400 favorite, which I'm going to say is a pretty safe bet. The only advantage that ANTIGULOV might have in this is that he's 3 years younger, so he's a little bit fresher, but I don't think that's going to matter. Jamie Mullarkey versus Fares Smile Killer ZIAM. What does that even mean? ZIAM is going to use his legs in this fight. Lots of kicks. That's his go-to, and it works for him. Mullarkey's going to need to go for a takedown. That's his bread and butter, and it's the only way he's going to protect that lead leg from getting damaged. Fares is sloppy in the clinch. This should make for an easy win for Jamie, who's coming in as the minus 132 favorite. I'm looking for a submission in the second round by Mullarkey, but he's also going in my moneyline parlay. John the Welsh Wrecking Machine Phillips versus JUNG Park the Iron Turtle. This is Park's fight to win. Phillips' UFC record is 1-4. He's predictable with his left hand, and anybody fighting him should be able to see it coming. Park is a well-rounded fighter. He should know Phillips' game plan going in and go straight for the takedown. If he can keep this fight on the ground, there should be no chance of Phillips taking it. Park is going to dominate with outside leg kicks, and once he weakens him enough to get him to the ground, I'm saying there's going to be a submission by the second round. GILLIAN Roberts versus POLIANA BOTELHO. I have a rule in UFC fights. When it comes to women, you always pick the Brazilian. But this time I'm going against my own advice, and I'm saying GILLIAN's going to take this one. This may seem like a stupid choice because the Brazilian has the height and reach advantage, but hear me out. If Robertson can get her arms around POLIANA's neck or isolate her arms soon enough, she can get a submission really quickly. MATEUSZ GAMROT and GURAM KUTATELADZE. That's a mouthful. This is going to be an intense fight. GAMROT is an extremely well-rounded fighter. He's promoted outside the UFC and holds a 17-0 record. But KUTATELADZE has been training with some of the most elite fighters in the world. Apparently, there's some movement of Jordanian fighters that are up and coming that are dominating right now, names like Ali Al-Kazi. KUTATELADZE's striking and grappling are impressive, but slow. The popular bet's leaning towards GAMROT, and I think that's the way I'm going to. Thomas Almeida versus Jonathan the Dragon Martinez. In this fight, I paid a lot of attention to their past fights to make my pick. For Martinez, 7 of his last 12 wins came via knockout. For Almeida, he lost 3 of his last 4 fights, but his first 4 wins were also by knockout. Almeida's been known as a phenomenal striker, but not so great at protecting his face. So my prediction is the plus 110 underdog Martinez is going to knock him out. Claudio Silva versus James KRAUSE. Now I'm going to preface this one by saying it's not going in my parlay. I'm going to place a small side bet on Silva because I think he's going to take it, but I really like both of these fighters and I honestly think it could go either way. Jimmy the Brute CRUTE and MODESTAS the Baltic Gladiator BUAUSKAS. Due to BUAUSKAS' bad takedown defense and CRUTE's insane ground and pound and high-level submission game, this one's an easy pick. Jessica Andrade and KATLYN Chookagian. This one's another one that's going to be left out of my moneyline parlay. Small bet placed on the side for Andrade because she's one of my favorite fighters, but to be honest with you, I can see Chookagian taking this fight. Brian T-City Ortega and Jang Sung-young, the Korean Zombie. I have a fridge full of Red Bull, and I promise you I will be live tweeting way up past my bedtime for this fight. Ortega is a submission specialist. The T in T-City stands for triangle. But the Korean Zombie is a power striker and is going to come at him with a lot of volume. I think unless Jung puts his head in Brian Ortega's hands, he's not going down. Jung's going to be looking to keep this fight on his feet, and I would too if I was in the octagon with T-City. But if he can keep it there, do his work, this fight's his to win. To sum it up, here are my picks for UFC Fight Island 6. Saeed Nurmagomedov, MAXIM GRISHIN, Jamie Mullarkey, Jun-Young Park, Gillian Robertson, MATEUSZ GAMROT, Jonathan Martinez, Claudio Silva, Jim CRUTE, Jessica Andrade, and the Korean Zombie. What I like to do is a nice 7-pick parlay or a round robin. Either way, it's been working for me. Good luck, guys.